My name is Jean Eccleston, and I am the CEO of Kendal on Hudson. Today is May 2nd, 2025, and it's both humbling and exciting to imagine that you're watching this message 20 years in the future. The Kendal on Hudson I know today is a warm, vibrant, and enriching community, home to approximately 350 residents and supported by nearly 200 dedicated employees. Together, we live and work in a spirit of mutual respect, compassion, and shared purpose. My hope is that the Kendal on Hudson 20 years from now remains a place where community is not just a word, but a way of life, where every voice is heard, every person is valued, and may the spirit of community, compassion, and connection that defines us today continue to light the way forward. Sending you all warm wishes from 2025.
Hi, my name is Hildegard Gray, and I'm chair of the Residents Council here at Kendal on Hudson. And I've been trying to think of things I thought might interest you in 2045, 20 years from now. So I thought I'd highlight two of the responsibilities the Resident Council has. One is to support the committees, the activity committees, through fundraising and any other support we can provide to them. And the other, of course, is to do the fundraising for these committees as well as for staff. So first I want to talk about the fundraising. We have our annual appeal in February, and that's where we raise the money for the committees and for charities, local charities. And this year we were able to raise $97,000. So in addition to that, we receive money from committees through classes they offer, fees of other sorts, one sort or another, and also additional donations. So our total budget for 2025 is actually $179,000. $30,000 of that went out in a couple months ago to local charities. So almost 20% of what we raise goes to local charities. In addition, we have two staff appreciation funds, one in May and one in November. And in those we raise money for all the staff and provide that to them for just before their summer break and then also before Christmas. So we've just kicked off the spring one or the summer one here, so I don't yet know how much we'll be raising. So I thought you might be interested to know what we raised last year. So in 2024, our May staff appreciation raised $90,000, and then the November one raised $92,500. So we have some very, very generous residents here, and we are so appreciative of that. So now I want to turn to the committees. Besides the 10 standing committees that are specified in the bylaws, we have an additional 28 activity committees and 2 advisory committees. The advisory committees are in transportation and in dining. And I'm so curious. I wish I knew how many committees you'll have in 2045, but that's what we have today. The committees run the gamut from music, education, art, a CAFA, which takes care of all of our furniture and art in the common spaces, and many other activity committees. And we've just started a new activity committee, which is the Kendal Committee on the Lenape. Their mission is to build and sustain a continued engagement with the culture, history, and well-being of the Lenape. The Lenape were the original inhabitants of the land that Kendal on Hudson was built on, and officially come under the council, but I thought you might be interested in the types of interest groups we have here. They run just like activity committees. They run the gamut. So there's lots of game groups. There's mahjong and poker, bridge, just to name a few. A Scrabble group, lots of book clubs. There are language groups. We have German, Spanish, French, and Russian. And then additional interest groups for things like ping pong, play reading, playwriting, or poetry writing, and that sort of thing. So there's lots of stuff to keep residents busy. We've just started a major upgrade to the common areas. The kitchen will be totally rebuilt, and we're adding a few community rooms, and we're refreshing the lounge and the main street. With some trepidation, we're looking forward to 2 years probably of construction and then a revitalized Kendal at the end of that. So that'll be pretty exciting. And it occurs to me that when you're reading this or hearing this in 2045, you'll probably be embarking on something very similar, because it'll be 20 years from now and it'll be time to refresh the common areas. So I think that'll be very interesting.
I'm Muriel Fox, and I chair a committee that is assembling a time capsule to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Kendal on Hudson. And we've assembled a batch of items that exemplify our friendly community life here in this unique continuing care retirement community. And I hope that these items will be an inspiration for residents who unearth this time capsule 20 years from now in May 2045. Our time capsule will include our co-pilot schedule, which is unique, I think. We initiated this, which helps people who have to go to the emergency room. There will always be someone scheduled to help them and do whatever is necessary to make it easier for them. And then also we have our Tuesday morning club, which helps people who are in assisted care. And this is one of the many really adorable crafts that the Tuesday morning club develops in addition to music and storytelling. It's really quite amazing. And here is a t-shirt that's going into the time capsule from our Alzheimer's walk. And then here is a picture of Eddie Diaz, our executive chef, in our kitchen, which is about to be totally remodeled. And we're going to have a brand new kind of kitchen very soon in our Project Commons Refresh. So this will be in the time capsule. And then we have our newsletter, our wonderful weekly newsletter, which is called Spotlight. And we all depend upon Spotlight. A lot of us put this on our refrigerator door. And then we have the menus for the week. And I think people in 2045 will be very interested in seeing what we ate in 2025. And then, of course, we have our marvelous Quaker values, which is our guidepost here. And it will be interesting to see how you respond to that. Now, our time capsule is also going to have a list of our 29 committees and our 25 interest groups and our book clubs and all the items that we really value here. And I think it will be very exciting, I hope, for all of you. Also, we're going to have notes, which are recollections from our current residents of ideas and advice for you people in 2045. And we're going to put those into the time capsule too. So you Kendal residents of 2045, we residents of 2025 salute you and wish you much success and happiness.